In this video, we're going to rank the worst sales skills to have in 2026. I'm Chris Rigouris. I've produced more than 20 million in high-ticket sales online, and I've used every single one of these skills. Some absolutely sucked, some were good enough to earn commissions. So let's see what works and what doesn't. Skill number one is body language. I'll give body language a D, and I'll tell you exactly why. You'll hear dozens and dozens of experts online that preach body language is the top skill to have. I call bullshit. And the reason why is you will never be able to fake a successful person's body language. Trying to learn body language tricks is a waste of time when instead you can build up every single other skill set that will actually make you confident so you can have the right body language. The top salespeople have already embedded the body language skill because it comes from their confidence, their knowledge, their credibility, and their other sales skills. They don't learn how to open a superhero stance or flex their buttocks when they're talking to emulate a fake body language. So for me, body language goes dead last. Let's look at pattern interrupts. To give you context, pattern interrupts is when you use specific movements, sounds, or scenarios to draw the prospect's attention away from something else. It's commonly used in cold calling or door-to-door. So when you go door-to-door and you knock on someone's door and you take 5 steps back and you're looking at the roof instead of the door, that's a pattern interrupt. You're doing something unexpected. I'll put this at C because if you have other sales skills like the ability to ask questions, the ability to read people, what they need, what they want, and the deepest desires, you don't need to resort to tricks as in pattern interrupts. They're useful, but they're more of a party trick than a legit skill. Let's do active listening. We'll put active listening at an S tier because it's so rare. Everyone thinks they're active listening, but the reality is very few people actually listen. The mistake most salespeople make is they wait for the buyer to stop talking so they can talk themselves out of the sale. That's a deadly sin. The top salespeople actively listen because they know words emit belief. The prospect will tell you exactly how to sell to them if you deploy active listening correctly. Now a controversial one, tonality and tonal control. We'll put this at C. Not because it's not a powerful skill, but you can 100% do without it. A lot of people think that they need to take acting classes or become a master in tonality. The reality is, if you have 3 to 4 tonalities right, that's all you need, and you can learn all of them in like 20 minutes. There are way more important skills to learn. Let's look at an underrated skill that most people don't really know it exists. It's getting the prospect to sell themselves. It's an A-tier skill. How most people sell is they yap their way into their sale, and they typically fail. The right way to sell is asking the right questions to lead the prospect into buying. And it's not just asking questions, it's knowing how to ask the right question at the right time to the right prospect to lead them there. And that's how you get people to sell themselves. What about objection handling? Where does objection handling stand? We'll put this at A. Objection handling is a non-negotiable when you're in sales, especially when you want to make big money. However, it's not an S-tier skill set because the top 1% in sales prevent objections. Because for me, there was a period in my life where all I did all day, I used to take 6 sales calls a day, and I used to handle objections over and over and over in battling prospects. And I made a lot of money in sales, but I was going to bed with a headache. When I learned to prevent objections, which is the skill that will look next, my whole life changed. And that's why objection prevention is an S-tier skill set. Knowing, based on the prospect that you see, what red flags are going to come up along the way and how to prevent them. Now, learning objection prevention is hard unless you first master objection handling. So first, and that's why it's an S-tier skill set, you'll master objection handling, and then you will reverse engineer your way into objection prevention. Let's look at a different one, setting the agenda. For context, setting the agenda is telling the prospect how these calls typically go. Its intent is to avoid the prospect taking over the call and asking you a billion questions before you ask them questions and you understand their situation. You're essentially mapping out a roadmap for how's the call going to go. You're explaining to the prospect that there is a selling process they go through. You ask them questions first, you unpack the process, and then they have the chance to answer questions. This is a D skill set for me. Way too many people rely on setting the agenda correctly and leading the call. You can fuck up setting the agenda, but if you're a leader, you can quickly turn things around by asking the right questions and still leading the prospect. Just boxing someone in early in the call doesn't mean that they will follow along if you fuck it up. Let's look at rapport building. Rapport building is a C. People put way too much emphasis on rapport building and the wrong way to build rapport. They think building rapport is asking the prospect where are they from, how's the weather where they're at, and BS questions like that, when the reality, the real skill set of rapport building is throughout the call. When you ask them questions that gain trust and position you as a trusted expert, as someone who knows what they're talking about. Next up is qualifying. Qualifying is a B tier skill set. It's a solid skill set to have, to be able to tell quickly if this is a qualified buyer, asking the right questions, if they're financially qualified from a time point of view, and if they're the right fit for the product overall. Being able to stress test the prospect on the spot without wasting both of your guys' time. One of my favorite S-tier skill sets that's always at the top of the food chain is storytelling. Being able to tell compelling stories will always work like magic in sales calls, in marketing, in every single aspect of a sales process. And that goes for case studies, testimonials, problem to solution transformations you can share with clients. Storytelling will always be at the helm when you're selling. Another underrated skill set is follow-up and pipeline management. It's an A-tier skill set. A lot of people can talk their way into sales and they can make a lot of sales, but they will never be a high earner if they don't know how to follow up and structure their pipeline in the right manner. A lot of my coaching clients add 20% to their income just by fixing their pipeline process without working an extra hour. What about memorizing sales scripts? Your favorite guru, Alex Hormozi, always trains his sales teams on memorizing sales scripts. It's a D skill set for me. Memorizing sales scripts is never the answer in 2026. You can have AI read sales scripts. You need to be authentic. You need to sound like a human. You need to deploy empathy when you're selling today. Memorizing sales scripts isn't it. What you do is you memorize frameworks. You know how to lead people. You know the right questions that drive like a spear to the heart to find pain, and you connect with people. You don't do that by memorizing sales scripts. Up next, we have written communication. This is an A-tier skill set. I had a client recently who had a lot of challenges. He was doing great on sales calls, but he always had trouble with responding back to people during their follow-up process. He was always fucking it up. And with just a few tweaks, he was able to literally multiply his commissions just because he knew exactly what to send when people responded back to messages. And last but not least, closing. How valuable is actually being able to seal the deal? For me, it's a B-tier skill set. Because it's not about what closing line you'll say or how you will bring the deal across the finish line. It's what you do up to that point. And you do that by asking the right questions, by reframing the prospect, by being able to read buying signals. And it's not by just saying a closing line the right way. Now, let me wrap up with this. All these sales skills are important, but there's one thing that will change your sales game forever. And it's this: eliminating neediness. Knowing in the back of your mind that when you're selling someone, you do not need them to buy. You will be perfectly fine if that person tells you no. You will walk away unharmed. You will lose absolutely nothing at all. Because people can sense your neediness from a mile away. And no matter how many skills you stack on top of each other, if you have commission breath, you're gonna push people away. Instead, build that inner strength that you don't give a fuck about rejection and you don't care about the sale. You're just there to collaborate with essentially a toddler, because that's how people make decisions. And once you have that frame in your mind, you'll always win. If you want to become top 1% in sales, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more content.